Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from the Curragh Racecourse here on Saturday. It is May the 25th, 2019. It's Irish 2000 Guineas Day from the Curragh, and I'm going to look at all the stakes races on the program, including the Guineas. But before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and also join me tomorrow for some more previews from the Curragh and also from Longshot tomorrow. Great card there. But we're going to look at the stakes races 3, 4, and 5. So let's get on to it. Some good races ahead. The third race, the 3 o'clock, it's the Group 2 Greenland Stakes. It's a Group 2 race going for a purse of $138,500. Aces for 4-year-olds and upwards. We have a field, if I could ever get my iPad to load, field of 9 horses going 1,200 meters or 6 furlongs on the turf course. Top selection, I'm going to go with the 7-horse Speaking Colors. I'm going to go 758 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. 758 Tri-Cash Trifecta. Top selection, 7-horse Speaking Colors. 4-year Colt by X Celebration. Danica O'Brien's on this one for Joseph O'Brien. The horse's most recent outing came the 20th of October at Ascot. 6 furlongs on quite heavy ground in the Group 1 British Champion Sprint Stakes. He finished 12th by 12 lengths there, and he just had nothing. Like I said, the ground was very wet, and he's just not a soft ground specialist. He likes a firmer ground. He's going to get it today, and I just think he'll improve off of that run. Also, major step down class from his last one. He should suit off of that. Also, before then, the Group 1 Sprint Cup Stakes at Haydock, heavy ground, 6 furlongs, 10th to the 8th. He finished 7th by 5 1/4 lengths there, and he just, again, never had that good turn of foot. Unfortunately, just wasn't the day to win. And then at the Curragh on the 12th of August, 6 furlongs in the Group 3 Phoenix Sprint Stakes. He won by 1 1/4 lengths there. He kept distance well, quickened up nicely. It was a very good run. And then before that, in the Group 1 Commonwealth Cup at Royal Ascot, he finished 14th by 6.5 lengths. He had the firm ground that day, but he never did anything, never quickened up. Probably, the horse was just much better than there. And then he ran at an ace 6 furlongs in last year's Lacken Stakes, where he finished 3rd by 1.5 lengths behind Sioux Nation and Fleet Review. Again, he ran okay. It wasn't the world's best race, but wasn't the world's worst race. I like him with firm ground here today. Step down class, off the break, he should run well. So at 7 to 2, I'll take him. So to recap my selection for the third, 3 o'clock from the Curragh, it's the Group 2 Greenland Stakes. Going to go with the 7-horse Speaking Colors. I'm going to go 758 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. So let's get to the featured fourth. The 335, the 4th race from the Curragh. It is the Group 1 Irish 2000 Guineas. It's a Group 1 race going for a purse of $461,500. Now that's in the dollar American currency, not the euro, so just keep that in mind. It's racing for 3-year-olds here. Field of 14 horses going 1,600 meters or a mile on the turf course. My top selection here, I'm a very big fan of Too Darn Hot. I think he's at the right trip today, and I think he's going to be sitting on a good race. I'm going to go 13-10-7 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. 13-10-7 Tri-Cash Trifecta. Top selection of 13, Too Darn Hot, owned by Andrew Lloyd Webber. John Gosden trains. Frankie Dettori gets the leg up. Striel Colt by DeBowie. The horse's most recent outing came last week, the 16th of May at York. 1 mile, 1/4 in the Group 2 Dante. He finished 2nd by a length behind Telecaster, and Telecaster just had the jump on this horse. He had a little bit of turn of foot, but he probably need the race first off the break. A lot of people were thinking, he's not going to get the 1.25 trip ever again. I think he will, but I think he probably need the race there. I think coming here back to a mile trip, which I think is right up his alley, I think he'll really run a massive race. Before that, he ran on the 13th of October in Newmarket, 7 furlongs in the Group 1 Dewhurst, and he won by 2 3/4 lengths there, and he did everything right. He quickened up nicely. It was a very good run, and then at Doncaster on the softer side of good ground, 7 furlongs in the Group 2 Champagne, he won by 1 3/4 lengths, and again, that was probably, out of all his victories as a 2-year-old, that was the race he had to be used a lot, but he still got the job done. A very good run. And then the Group 3 Solario Stakes at Sandown, 7/8 of a mile, he won by 4, and he won very nicely, and he broke the main at Sandown on quite wet ground very nicely also. He's a good horse. He has a wide poster, which I don't mind on this race course. And, I think he's sitting on a good race. 7 to 5, it's a crap price, but like I said, everything points to him. There's a horse I like a little bit that I might do a small each way wager on, depending on his odds. I think the 10-horse Phoenix of Spain is a bit of a wise guy horse here. It's Sioux Colt by Loop de Vega. Jamie Spencer gets the leg up for Charlie Hills. This horse hasn't started as a 3-year-old yet, but his most recent outing came in the Group 1 Racing Post Charity Trophy, or the for Charity Trophy now, whatever the hell they call it, at Doncaster on good soft ground 1 mile October 27th, where he finished second by a head behind Magna Gracia, who's running back in this one today and won the Guineas a few weeks ago in Newmarket. This horse, he closed up well, he just missed, but I thought he ran a good effort. Before that, he finished second behind Too Darn Hot in the Champagne, and then he won the A-Comb at York very nicely last summer, and he broke his name at Wolverhampton in a 7-furlong novice race very nicely. He's the kind of horse, he's going to like the mile trip if he's fresh enough off the break. I think at 15-1, you can see this horse closing up well. So like I said, I might do a small little each way sneaky wager on him. My opinion on him is he's either going to win or he's going to lose by a lot. There's not going to be an in-between with him. But at 15-1, I'll do a small, win. But to recount my selection for the fourth, the 335 from the Curragh, the Group 1 Irish 2000 Guineas, going to use the 13-horse Too Darn Hot, but if a prize play would be the 10-horse Phoenix of Spain, and I'm going to go 13, 10, 7 in the tri-cash trifecta. So let's get to race number 5. The 410, the fifth race from Curragh. It is the Group 2 Lawn Wade Stud Stakes. It's Group 2 race for going for a purse of $138,500. Race for 4-year-olds and upwards. Fillies only. Field of 7 horses going the distance of ground of 1,600 meters or a mile on the turf course. I'm going to go to the 1-horse, 1 master as a top selection. I'm going to go 1-4-3 in the tri-cash trifecta. 1-4-3 tri-cash trifecta. Top selection of 1-horse, 1 master. 5-year-old mare by Fascinate Rock. James Doyle gets the leg up for William Haggis. The horse hasn't been seen since the 9th of December. That came at Shatin, 1 mile in the Group 1 Hong Kong Mile, and he finished 8th by 5 lengths there. I've noticed the horses that come from, the west for there, usually either run massive races, they win, or they run shit races. This horse ran a shit race. He just never got into it. It wasn't the day to win. Before then, the Breeze Cup Mile at Churchill, 1 mile, good to soft ground, yielding ground, November the 3rd. He finished 5th by length. He had a good turn of foot late. I thought he ran a decent effort there in that all-out finish. And then at Longchamp, 7 furlongs in the Group 1 Prix de la Forêt. He won by a nose. He had to be used a lot, but he got there in the nick of time. It was a very good run. And then a Tipperary, 7.5 furlongs in the Ferry Bridge Stakes. He won by half length. And again, he quickened up nicely. Very good run. He has started here at the Curragh in the past, but that was sprinting last year at 6 furlongs in the Group 3 Ballygoan Stakes, where he finished 3rd by 1/4 lengths, and he kind of just weakened out of it right before the wire. They ran quite fast there, but I think the 1 mile trip should suit this one a lot. Has a good posture, and if you look at the races in the fall, even the Breeders' Cup Mile 5th place finish beats these horses. So 5-2, I'll take her here. So to recount my selection for the 5th, the 410 for the Curragh, it's the Group 2 Lawn Wade Stud Stakes. Gonna go with the 1-horse, 1 master. I'm gonna go 1-4-3 in the tri-cash trifecta. So good luck to all. Please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5.